Oh, okay, guys. We're going to talk about one more bullying experience I had. And this actually predates junior high and high school. And I bring this up because this is such a weird experience. I can still remember it. Um, Fourth grade was probably close as I ever was going to get to living life on tutorial mode. Um, I wish you could, if I could get in a time machine or something and go back and look at my 10-year-old self, it would be like a whole universe different. But I mean, that was probably the happiest and most content that I think I ever was. Um, Now, this one experience I had and that I wanted to share, it's, I don't really know if you'd call it a bullying experience, but um, obviously it was somebody that was kind of, I guess, troubled in some way. Okay. And it involves this one boy, and he usually um, always would give me a hard time if I was in his path. But all he was just obnoxious and rude, and he was he was just somebody. It was for me. It was just easy to brush him off. As I kind of talked about in the last video before this one, it always seemed to me like it was a whole um, uh, dealing with male tormentors was a lot easier than dealing with female tormentors. So let me get into this one. Okay, it's sometime in the spring, and it's 1988, April 1988, and my teacher calls me up to her desk, and she has a piece of paper in front of her, and it's got some writing on it. I can't really tell, but there's somewhere at the bottom, there's a list of rather nasty words. By nasty, I don't mean profanity, but when kids that age call each other names, whatever was common at the time. And apparently, this boy, my male tormentor, was standing behind me, and he was sobbing. It was the weirdest thing I'd ever seen. So my teacher leaned in to me and whispered, "Did Ken call you a bitch?" I don't remember. I never sat with him at lunch. I hardly ever interacted with him because he was kind of like I said, he was kind of a jerk, and I had no reason to interact with him, especially since we weren't working on any assignments together or nothing. But I was looking back there, and here he was, this 9 or 10-year-old boy, sobbing like a baby. I was thinking, oh my God, 10-year-old boys don't cry, especially not at school. I mean, so it's okay to cry if your beloved dog dies or something, but this is unreal. And I thought, you know what? Because I was thinking, I went back in my head to that time when we were in the first grade together, and he tried to get me to draw a mustache on him, under his nose in art class. And then I did it without even thinking. And a girl that was in there was friendly with me, said, "No, no, no, that's a no-no. You shouldn't have let him talk you into that." And I remember that. I said, yes, yes, he did. I mean, you're given a free pass, right? To get the jerk in some trouble. So you'd be a fool not to take that, right? I can't help wondering, why was he crying? I mean, was his dad real strict on him or something? I mean, did he know he's going to get his ass whooped when he got home? I don't know. I have to tell you, that was a moment in time that for some reason that has stuck with me for life. It was a reminder of, in the past, how at that time I remember how content and joyful I was with life in spite of whatever else was going on around me. Every now and then people would say mean things to me, but I could just brush it off, I guess 10 is just so different. 10 and 12 are like different universes. 10 is so much easier because you don't have all that, like I said in some of my other videos, you don't have as many social expectations put on you yet, But anyway, I thought I'd share that. And I have no idea. I don't know what the psychology of that boy at the time, why he said what he did, and why he was crying. I mean, he was one of these. I mean, when I think about all the kids I went to school with on a macro level, I mean, I had my share of dealing with boys who were rude and obnoxious. And in some ways, I would rather deal with that than the girls who did the fake nice, pretend to be your friend thing, right? I mean, even when I was 10, I didn't even care about boys. I mean, they were, to me, I don't think I had crushes. I was not, they were just people to me, just people I was in the classroom with, or in the cafeteria, or the gym, or whatever, And that was that, and most of the time, 10-year-old boys, they still think girls are icky, right? I mean, at least then, but I don't know about fourth graders now. And he had this kind of personality. I mean, you ever heard the story about this troll that lived under a bridge? And anybody walked over the bridge, he would just growl at him and say, "Stop, who goes there?" Or something like that. Like, "You're in my space, get out of my space," or something. Yeah, he had that kind of attitude, just, I don't know if you call it prickly or what. But anyway, that's my story, and I'm sticking with it. And that's my cat behind me. And of all the stories I've had with dealing with bullies and being picked on, that was probably one of the weirdest experiences I'd had. So, all right, I'll talk to y'all another day. I'm out.